Hello friends, welcome to Java Tutorials by Vartita Technical Tutorials. Today I am going to discuss about the object-oriented principles in Java programming, class and objects. So there are four basic pillars of object-oriented programming: inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation and abstraction. So before moving into the details of these basic pillars, first we will understand what is class and what is object. Class is the blueprint of object that we are going to create. It defines what kind of properties an object can hold. It defines what kind of operations we can perform on the properties of an object. We call them methods in Java programming. What is object? Object is an instance of the class. Whenever there is a keyword new in code, JVM will allocate the separate memory space at runtime in heap memory to define the object. The operations that can be applied on object are defined in the class are called methods. Methods are not part of object state, but only the properties of objects are part of object's state. So let's take an example. Suppose there is a class student having roll number, first name, last name and city. So whenever there is a new keyword arrive in the code, JVM will create object for this. Here student1 object has been created and here student2 object has been created. Because I am calling only the default constructor of the class, so only the default values to the properties has been allocated. Let's take the example in code to understand this in good manner. Here I have created a simple Java project and there is a package com.vartita. So first of all, I am going to create a main class for this project. I am just creating a simple class and creating the main method in that class. Be careful while you are creating the main method in the class, because the class holding the main method in Java program must be the public class. So this is our main class and now I am going to create class. So this is a student class and student, as per our example, will be having four properties: ID, or we can say roll number, and I'm going to create getter setters for this class. And I'm going to create a constructor and here I am overriding toString method so that I can print the properties of the object easily. I will tell you why I have created the toString methods here. In our main class, now I'm going to create two objects of this class. I'm passing the parameters to the constructor. First parameter is the roll number, as we can see roll number. Second is first name, third is last name, and then fourth is city. So as here I am passing first as roll number, second name, third last name, and fourth one is city. So I have created two objects here of a student class. So you can understand this is a class. These are the properties of the class that object can hold. So different object can hold different values for these. Here I have passed different parameters in the constructor. Those parameters are going to placed in these properties. For two objects, different values are there. When I'm going to print this, when I'm calling sysout, then it will call the toString method of the class. Here I have already defined the toString method, that is printing the all the properties of the object. So here, while I'll run this program, let's see what will happen. While I run this program, what I can see on the console is two objects have been created having different properties value. So these two objects have been created into the heap memory, and we can see the properties value here on the console because we have printed all the properties of the objects using the toString method here. So while we call the sysout.println, it calls the object toString method and print all the properties of the object here. So this is the basic concepts of class and object in Java programming. So friends, thank you for watching Vartita technical tutorial for this valuable information. Thanks. We will meet in the next tutorial video with more information. Thank you.